Guys, it
Mhm.
is now time to open up that Gotta Love Them Movies mailbag. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to open up the Gotta Love Them Movies mailbag. But before we do, I need to let you know if there's anything that you specifically want to talk about, I am available 24/7 at GottaLoveThemMovies@gmail.com. Go ahead and send me an email anytime, day or night. I'm always available. Let me know what you want to talk about. Is there any particular subject? Is there something that you read in the news? Is there something that I haven't covered yet that you think is newsworthy? Go ahead and let me know in that email. We can talk about anything, movie news, industry stuff. Any question that's been on your mind. How does this work? Like I said, send me an email at GottaLoveThemMovies@gmail.com and we will address that here on the show. Anyway, guys, it is now time for our first, and I believe this is our only email question for the day, which is good because the show it's running a little long. This question comes from Matthew. He is from Leeds in the UK. And Matthew says, "Hey, Mike, what do you think of the amount of Marvel releases this year? 2 years smooshed together." That is right. Matthew is completely on the mark here. With all of the COVID-19 stuff happening and all of the movie theaters being shut down, all of the studios' releases have had to get pushed back, specifically the MCU. We have an article from was it comic book research? Maybe it's just comicbook.com. I should have had this. See, there's always, Ryan, anytime we do a live show, there's always at least one thing that I'm missing. Here we go. Cool. Ta-da! All right, so so this comes from comicbook.com, and what they've done is they have taken all of the Marvel releases that were supposed to come out this year and have been pushed back into 2021. I'm just going to scroll through the website. As you can see, Black Widow got pushed back to November of this year, as has WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. Those are the shows in the movie that were supposed to come out this year. There were other movies and things that were supposed to come out this year as well. Everything has just been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So we're just going to cover some of that stuff right now. First of all, February 12th of next year, we have The Eternals coming out. And by the way, guys, I just want to let you know, these are movies and television shows that may hold their release dates, and they may continue to get pushed back. Some of the ones in the later on in the year, it's my personal opinion that they are not going to hold their release dates as they're currently set, and we'll talk about that as we go through. But here we have the Eternals movie coming out February 12th. I think that's going to hold its release date. I think that's going to keep, most likely. Scrolling on down, we have we don't have any definitive dates yet, but we have What If, the Disney Plus show, and we have the Loki television show coming out early in 2021. No dates have been announced for that yet. Sony, in their Spider-Verse, are March 19th. They have Morbius, starring Jared Leto and Batman himself, Michael Keaton. May 7th, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. June 25th, Venom 2, also in the Sony Spider-Verse. Again, no dates have been set for Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, or Moon Knight, but those are slated to come out in the second half of 2021, and finishing out the year with the MCU/Spider-Verse. December 17th, we have Spider-Man 3. Tentatively, this film is being subtitled Homesick. We're not entirely sure if that is the exact title of what they're going with. Personally, I hope that it's going to be Spider-Man Home Sweet Home. But Spider-Man Homesick, I guess, works. I'm not entirely sure. All right, so let's start talking about this for a second. We have the Eternals coming out. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's going to keep its release date. Then we have the What If series on Disney Plus, and we have the Loki TV show. I think the Loki show will hold its release date. I think Loki is going to hold its release date. I don't think What If is going to hold its release date. What If you're not familiar, is an animated show. It kind of takes place within the MCU, but it's also its own animated like alternate reality. Like, what if Black Panther turned out to be Captain America, or what if T'Challa ended up being Black Panther instead of Cap? You know what I'm trying to say. What if T'Challa was Captain America and not Black Panther? It sets up that kind of premise. I have a feeling What If is going to be pushed back. It may still be in 2021. I don't think it's going to stay early 2021, though. Morbius is not in the MCU, but I have a pretty strong idea that is going to keep its release date. Shang-Chi for May 7th. I know that production on Shang-Chi has been halted for a little while. I don't know if they're back to filming just yet. If they're not filming yet, I'm confident this will not hold its May 7th release date. We know that they have been filming. We know that they had to take a break from filming. It's my personal opinion, May 7th is a little early for this particular MCU film to come out. I don't think it's going to hit its May 7th release date. Venom 2 in June 25th. I feel confident about that. Again, it's not an MCU film. Okay, here we go. Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight. I know there has been pre-production on all of these television shows. With all of the other delays, with all of the other projects that Marvel, specifically in the MCU, have going on, I don't think they're going to keep any of these release dates. I don't see it happening. Best case scenario, in my non-professional opinion, they're all going to get pushed back to 2022. Those are my thoughts. Spider-Man 3 Home Sweet Home / Homesick, whatever it is that we're calling it. I do very much think that they are going to keep this December 17th release date. I don't believe cameras have started rolling yet. I know that they are going to start rolling soon. Tom Holland just got pulled from, not pulled, but I know he went from, Uncharted. I think he was filming Uncharted. And now I think he's doing pre-production on Spider-Man 3, whatever the name of that film is going to be. The interesting thing about the Spider-Man 3 Untitled film is that it's also going to be battling Black Adam in theaters for their particular release. They moved. If you remember, it was a couple of months ago, Marvel and Disney actually moved the release date from Spider-Man 3. I think it was supposed to be a summer release. They pushed it back to a December release where Black Adam currently is. And now I think they're doing that as kind of a power play. I think Black Adam, which comes out just 5 days later on December 22nd, Black Adam coming out on December 22nd, I think this is going to be a bit of a competitive weekend. I think Black Adam will move. Because how does Black Adam compare against Spider-Man? There's no nobody's heard of Black Adam. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. Everybody's going to go out and see the new Spider-Man movie. I think Black Adam will move, and I think Spider-Man will keep this December 17th release date. Ryan, this is a lot of information. I don't know if you're familiar with these particular release dates, with all of the pandemic stuff happening, with everything going on with Marvel and all their TV shows. There's so much to process. Do you think, because if they keep everything the way that it is, hold on, let me go back through here. We have Spider-Man, we have Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. I'm not going to include the Sonyverse. I'm not going to include Venom 2, but I will include Shang-Chi, so now we're up to 6. I'm not going to include Morbius. I'm not going to include the What If animated series, but I will include Loki. That's 7, and then the Eternals, that's 8. You know, if we included the What If series, that is 9 just MCU projects. That is 9 MCU projects coming out. I don't think they're going to do 9, but there's 8 if none of them move. Do you think that's sustainable?
No. But again, I don't really know what I'm talking about. But my gut feeling is no. I don't think it's sustainable. I think we also, I keep bringing up the pandemic, but that's because I've been stuck at home for so long.
We all are.
I think it depends on how things shake out. I think it depends on when the vaccine becomes available. Yeah. I think it's, all this stuff. So I think, I did my one personal comment that I wanted to say about this was, I actually have not heard of Shang-Chi before.
Oh, okay.
But I'm looking at it, and I'm somewhat familiar with Marvel comics, and but I'm looking at it here, and the thing that's sort of exciting to me about it is I am currently watching Kim's Convenience, and Simu Liu is like one of the stars of Kim's Convenience, and he's going to be Shang-Chi. So that was like, oh, cool. And that'll be very interesting to see what he does there, because he's a fun comedic actor. He's a really good looking dude, and so they sort of make fun a lot of that in Kim's Convenience, and it'll be neat to see him as a superhero. Yeah. Awesome. So that was, but as far as the whole schedule goes, I think it's probably going to get stretched out more. I mean, that's just a gut feeling, but it just seems like, the MCU has been cranking so hard for so long, but you mentioned that production on some of their major things has been shut down. So I think it remains to be seen.
I just don't see it. Like I said, there are 9 just MCU projects. If you want to include the Sonyverse, Sony's Spider-Verse, that makes 11 projects, all slated to come out next year. Like I said, I don't see Hawkeye coming out next year. I don't see She-Hulk. I don't see Moon Knight. What was the other one that I left out? Ms. Marvel. I don't see those 4 shows coming out. What If? I don't see that show coming out next year. Marvel, the MCU, Disney, they really have to focus on their big properties right now. The Eternals. I think the Eternals is, I don't know if they wanted to replace Avengers, but I know that's going to be one of their huge tentpole properties. They're investing so much time and money and marketing and energy and brain power into creating the Eternals. And here's the thing. Nobody knows who the Eternals are. I mean, I get it. Nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before they came out. But even more so, this is even more bananas of a property. Like, the Eternals? Mm-hmm. What? So they're putting so much stock and so much energy. Same thing with Shang-Chi. They're putting so much thought and so much energy into creating brand new properties with, dare I say it, non-white folk. Because we need that. We need more diversity. We need to be represented or representative of the world that we live in. And if, we've had 23 Captain Marvel, Black Panther were the only 2 diverse titles, I think, of the Infinity Saga. So we have 21 movies in the MCU starring straight white men. Cool. I mean, okay, great. What else you got? It's time for something new. It's time for something different. And we're still going to get those, straight white dude movies. But let's start.
Yeah, I don't think those are going away.
No, those aren't going away. But let's start searching some other corners. Cool. What else you got? Show me something new. I don't see all these films coming out next year. It just seems too packed of a schedule. If it does, greatest year in Marvel MCU history. There's no other way to say it. I just don't see that happening. Ryan?
Me neither. I'm with you. I don't see it happening. Things have been, I hate to make this prediction, but I think we're going to have a hard winter with this pandemic. And I think things are, this is a terrible thing to say on this happy, sweet show, but I think things are going to get a little worse.
Yeah.
So you're in it. You're in New York.
Yep.
You know that.
Oh yes.
So,
Oh yes.
yeah.
Anyway, guys, we could belabor this point a little bit more. We only have 4 people watching the show at this point. So what do you, for our 4 viewers, what do you think? Do you think that Marvel or the MCU and Disney, do you think they're going to double down on these 9 properties, teaming up with Sony, 11 properties to get 11 new shows in the MCU by the end of next year? Or do you think that seems a little ambitious? Pardon me, and they're going to push things back to 2022, 2023. Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.